DeAndre Hopkins may very well end up becoming a Tennessee Titan by the time that this video gets uploaded, and no one on this earth is more happier than I am about that. Anyway, it is a Friday in July, just so y'all know, because I feel like that news may come out during the period of time where I'm not uploading. But anyway, so what's going on? Welcome back to the Titans Rundown. I am your host, Micah McCamey, and we are going to be talking about how the Titans are the front runners in Vegas for DeAndre Hopkins, and who belongs in the Hall of Fame more, Derrick Henry or Kevin Byard. Trust me, it's a bigger debate than you would expect. Week one breakdown versus the New Orleans Saints, and a breakdown of the running back room. Okay, let's just get right into it. So, first off, we need to address the new segment that I created last Wednesday about if you only want to hear Titans news, skip the next 2 to 3 minutes, but we made this new segment where I talk about something that's not Titans related, something around sports or just in my life. So I'm going to spend two halves of this talking about two different things. So the first half is going to be my review of the series that were just released on Netflix called Quarterback, and the second half is going to be about the Vols. Okay, and everything that's going on with them right now. But first half. So I just watched the Netflix series known as Quarterback, and yes, I finished it in the very first day. So what I really enjoyed about this show was that it gave a very human aspect to almost everyone in it. Like, I was surprised at how I didn't hate Brittany Mahomes. But anyway, what it is that it shows these guys' lives outside of football, and you feel bad for someone like Mariota, who knows that he's only going to be there for 1 year because he has a rookie sitting behind him. Anyway, but I really enjoyed the show, and I hope that there is a season 2. Who would my suggested quarterbacks be for season 2? Let me think. I would love to see Josh Allen. I think that is an amazing personality that you could put on screen, even though he's a little controversial right now. Okay, I'm biased, but Ryan Tannehill is the perfect definition of a mid-quarterback who may get replaced at any second. And, well, actually, yeah, he could actually be the bad quarterback. And then the mid quarterback could be Derek Carr, who doesn't have his successor behind him at this point, but he has but he has that fear that they're going to draft someone to replace him. Anyway, let's get on to the second half of this segment with the Tennessee Vols. Now, from what I've heard, the hammer has finally been laid down. Okay, we've just gotten our punishment, and it's gonna be we have 5 years on probation, which basically they're gonna keep a close eye on us, and also Jeremy Pruitt's gonna go into court and tell them everything that they did, which could be bad for the Vols, but also could be good for us because maybe he throws Alabama under the bus because maybe that's how they recruited. Anyway, but then we've also got 8 extra scholarships being taken away from us. That's a bummer. And before you say anything, yes, it's 8 extra scholarships because the other 10 were already taken away from us over the past few years. But anyway, so yeah, we may lose NIL money. That's a bad thing. But anyway, yeah, I hope that the Vols will be able to still recruit well. I trust in Josh Heupel. But anyway, if you watched that entire 2 to 3 minutes of me discussing something that's not Titans football, thank you. But if you didn't, then we are about to start talking about Titans football. So let's get right into it. So the first subject, which is the one I teased at right at the beginning, is DeAndre Hopkins is the betting favorite for us to not DeAndre Hopkins is the betting favorite. The Titans are the betting favorite to sign DeAndre Hopkins. Like I said in the intro, no one on this earth is more excited than me. Okay? I loved watching DeAndre Hopkins. Even before I was a football fan, he was just so mesmerizing. The way that he would, catch with like just one hand and just grab it out of midair, or how he would make any quarterback that he played with look good. It was just so mesmerizing to me, even whenever I wasn't a Titans fan, even whenever I wasn't a football fan. But anyway, I absolutely love the fact that we very well may get DeAndre Hopkins. Now, I still have that worry in the back of my head that someone's gonna put up a crazy offer for DeAndre Hopkins. But apparently, we have been more aggressive. We've offered more money. Even a Patriots insider said that he's probably going to sign with the Tennessee Titans. Again, it's a great time to be a Tennessee Titans fan, at least if you keep up with free agency. Now, does that mean that they'll make the playoffs? We'll see. I mean, you could see my record prediction somewhere else on my video. I'll refer back to that later. But anyway, you know, I really love the idea of DeAndre Hopkins wearing a Titans jersey. Like, I know that like there was one generation, I can't remember, like it may have been the back half of the Gen Z generation, but like they grew up with Julio Jones. Julio Jones is to what that side of the generation is what DeAndre Hopkins is to me. He was just an icon in football, at least. And no matter what you were talking about, and no matter like how big of a fan you were of football, you knew who DeAndre Hopkins was. You knew who he was, and you knew who OBJ was. OBJ, I also loved watching in those montages, but I know DeAndre Hopkins also has some skeletons in his closet, but like OBJ has been considered a bad teammate at times in his career. Anyway, but yeah, DeAndre Hopkins would be an amazing addition to this roster, and I am really excited to see what he'll do. And I'm really excited to see him in that two-tone blue. Hey, that rhymed. But anyway, um, so the next segment I know has a little bit of controversy behind it because people will be like, "Oh yeah, it's this side very easily." Okay? But it's going to be who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame more? Derrick Henry or Kevin Byard? Now, I know that most people will be like, "Oh, this is so obvious." Derrick Henry is the very obvious decision for, making the Hall of Fame over Kevin Byard. But like if you really think about it, Kevin Byard has been consistent for longer than Derrick Henry has. That's a weird thought to think, but it's true. He has consistently been one of the best safeties in all of football. I don't care what anyone says. And what I've realized is that he also was the anchor of our defense, which was, unless you're talking about 2020, we don't like to talk about 2020. Our defense was always amazing, and he was one of the biggest reasons why. He always puts on a show no matter what the circumstances. Cowboys, whenever we rested every single one of our starters, Kevin Byard made that game entertaining. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. Josh Dobbs also looked pretty solid. But anyway, um, you know, I really want to see. I really want to see what people think about this in the comments below. But to me, at least, it's definitely Derrick Henry still. He's one of the very rare 2,000-yard rushers. He has been the best running back in the NFL for the past 4 years. And, well, at least he's been the best running back in the NFL since his breakout year in 2019. Oh, wow. That is actually about 4 years. That's wild to think about. But anyway, Derrick Henry is more likely to make the Hall of Fame, in my opinion, because he has more love from the media. Like, Kevin Byard is not as loved by the media because he's just so unapologetically Tennessee. And I don't mean that in like personality, but like his loyalty runs through to Tennessee. Derrick Henry also has a lot of loyalty to Tennessee. We know that, but it's not as much as Kevin Byard. Okay, let's get on with the episode, and we go into the next segment, which is the breakdown. One of the breakdowns of this episode. It is the breakdown of the Week 1 matchup against the Saints. Now, here's how I think this game is going to go down. Both teams are going to start out hot, okay? Like, the New Orleans Saints are going to lead a touchdown drive. Whoever their best receivers are going to get open, and they're going to score. But I think that the Titans also come back and shoot back. Okay, now I think that is because even with Downing as our offensive coordinator, we always started out hot. That's just the truth. Like, Derrick Henry's probably going to make like a big 20-yard run, and then we're going to make a deep pass to Treylon Burks, and he's going to catch a touchdown. That's how I think it'll happen. Obviously, those plays aren't going to go back to back, but it's going to build up over time. Anyway, yeah, I think the Titans win this game. I don't think they win it easily, though. If I had to guess a final score, it would be 24-20 Titans. Now, their defense is amazing, and Derek Carr is the best quarterback that they've had since Sean Payton and Drew Brees left. But you've got to think about this. First off, Derek Carr is on a 2-game losing streak against the Tennessee Titans. Second off, their head coach is an absolute moron. Dennis Allen is potentially the worst head coach in the NFL right now. And it may not even be close. It's either him or Josh McDaniels. But what the truth is that their head coach just isn't good enough for them to win games. Once they get a decent head coach, he doesn't even have to be amazing. He just has to be decent. Then we can start talking about a team that can make the playoffs. But right now, as it stands, I do not see this team being that great as long as Dennis Allen is the head coach. Anyway, but again, the Tennessee Titans also, Tim Kelly, I think is going to be a great hiring. After I did my research on it, he made Davis Mills look competent. That is a very hard task because, you got to think about this too. The offensive coordinator for the Texans the year after Davis Mills' rookie year was a veteran who had been in the league for so long. But Davis Mills looked like crap. Okay? He was battling it out with Jeff Driscoll, who has been a backup his entire career. So, whenever you can make Davis Mills look competent, imagine what he could do with Tannehill, who, as much as most people hate him, and he sucks, and he's a bum, I realize this, he is so much better than Davis Mills, is leagues ahead of Davis Mills. And that is why I could see this offense maybe becoming a little bit better next year if we keep our running attack and we keep going and our pass game improves. That could lead to us becoming a better football team. Anyway, but obviously we're going to look a little rusty. That's just the truth, okay? And I think that this will be Treylon's coming out party with or without D-Hop, in my opinion, because D-Hop is going to draw the attention of Marshawn Lattimore if he does sign with us. So, I would think that he scores 2 receiving touchdowns. Yeah, Treylon's going to, turn into Derrick Henry and start passing touchdowns. But anyway, I could see him catching 2 touchdowns, and Derrick Henry will run in a touchdown, and Tannehill will have an interception, and Derek Carr will have 2 interceptions. So, again, final score, 24-20, Titans. That's just how I feel. I got a good feeling that we're going to beat the Saints. Not even because we have a better roster than them, but because we're going to outcoach the crap out of them. Anyway, going on to the next breakdown, and the last thing I'm going to discuss today, we are going to go over another breakdown, but this time it's going to be of the running back room. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Derrick Henry is the obvious first string running back. If you find someone who tries to say that Tajay is going to start over him, ugh, man, they have never watched a game of football in their life. Okay? That's just the truth. They've never watched a game of football. They don't even know what a first down or a touchdown is. That's just how it would be. Anyway, so yeah, Derrick Henry's the obvious running back one. Just need to get that out of the way for anyone who thinks otherwise, who is stupid. But second string running back, this one is also kind of sort of obvious, but it's not as obvious as Derrick Henry. I think Tajay is going to be running back too, because here's what I've heard. He has been lighting it up in OTAs. Now, like I said with Will Levis, OTAs do not matter. Not even in the slightest bit. But when someone succeeds early on, then they could very well end up becoming a very good player. He's going to be replacing Hilliard as the change of pace, third down back, and he's got that shiftiness and elusiveness to him that makes him even better. And even like Jim White himself has said that the coaching staff has been very impressed with him, and that he's looked like one of the better. And apparently, according to other inside sources outside of Tennessee, have also said that he looks like he's going to be like the running back 2 or 3 out of this draft class, which is just kind of wild. But anyway, so basically, yeah, Tajay going to be running back 2. At least that's the assumption. Now, third string running back, there's a little bit of a battle. Now, this was a little less of a competitive battle because there was one point where it was very obvious who the running back 3 was going to be. Y'all know who the running back 3 was going to be, but then he decided to go strangle his girlfriend. And I won't even say his name because you know who it is. But anyway, the running back 3 battle, man, I can't remember the other dude's name, but I know very well that the running back 3 is between this dude that I can't remember his name. Give me 1 second. Let me go search it up real quick. I'll show y'all this real quick. Let's go ahead. Okay, so anyway, but the other one is Julius Chestnut. This I know. But yeah, I've realized that this other dude is going to end up battling with him because he's done some good things in his career as a vet. Let me look this up. Titans running back depth chart. Okay, but it's supposed to be Julius Chestnut. That's the favorite, and that's who I think it's going to be. But there's another one. Let me take a look real quick. He's not even on here. Yeah, but I can't remember his name. I think his last name was like Ward or something. But anyway, so let me take this down real quick. Yeah, so running back 3 probably going to be Julius Chestnut, and Hassan Haskins is probably going to end up being cut. That's just the truth. But yeah, anyway, that's my breakdown of the running back room. That is probably the easiest breakdown I'm going to do this entire time because there's no battle between the first and second stringers. Anyway, that's about going to do it for me. You can go follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can also catch me on any of the other main podcasting services. And if you're watching on the podcast, you can catch me on YouTube. Anyway, but again, this has been the Titans Rundown. We love DeAndre Hopkins if he ends up coming to sign with us. And this fan base is great. And I love y'all, and tighten up.